Hey, good Saturday morning, everybody. This is First Warn Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Brad Pan. I just want to get a quick update on the winter weather this weekend and next week. What a 7-day period we have ahead. Let's start with the immediate threat this weekend, tonight and tomorrow. Here's our Arctic front, and I tell you what, this is the real deal. Look at this air up here in the Midwest, 15 to 20 below zero temperatures. The cold front itself, if I could draw the line here, looks to be right in here. And so this is the cold front right there, and it is diving to the southeast, and it has a lot of wind with it today. We're going to see winds come out of the south a little bit ahead of the cold front and begin to gust between 30 and 40 miles an hour. And then later tonight, they are going to be howling as they come out of the northwest, and we're going to have damaging wind gusts likely in a lot of locations as temperatures plummet like a rock. So it's all about the wind and cold tonight and on Sunday. Then we start looking ahead to next week. We've got the potential for this winter storm, and if anything, the potential is really sky high. The question marks I'm still having is what type of precipitation are we going to see. Let's start with the NAM model, which I should always preface. The NAM has a what we call a QPF bias, or a moisture bias, so it tends to overdo the moisture. But here's how things unfold Monday. As we go into Monday morning, it brings a little bit of snow into the Carolinas. A lot of a mix now. That's the one thing that has maybe changed overnight. You're starting to see a little bit of a trend of a warm nose, which a warm nose for non-weather geeks is some warm air off the surface, not so much on the ground, up in about the 5 to 10,000 foot range, depending on where it's at, and that could cause more of an ice threat. It's definitely going to start as snow, but as we go through the event, if this warm nose strengthens, we might see more of an icy mix here in the Charlotte area. So we got to watch that potential. I certainly think that is something we could see happen, more of an ice. There's not really much of a threat of a cold rain, though that would happen a little bit on Tuesday in the middle of the day as things warm up. It really looks to me like it's going to be snow or ice at this point. Let's switch to another model, the GFS model, which is the overnight run. And in general, I'll be honest with you, the overnight runs and these mid-afternoon runs of the GFS have not been really good. So we go into Monday, or excuse me, that's Tuesday morning. Let's back up here and we'll go into Monday. It's a little slower with the precipitation. It brings a little bit of snow in on Monday, but it really cranks this thing up Monday night into Tuesday. And you can see it has much more snow, which is the blue. Anytime you see the red, you're getting a mix. Now that could be ice or a mix of rain and snow. And in this case, probably a little bit of both. You can see as we go into the day on Tuesday, it does mix in with rain, because remember, this has a lot more to do with the temperature going up in the middle of the afternoon. We are in mid to late February, so even with a cold air mass, it could get above freezing in the afternoon. But by evening, as the cold air wraps down and the sun starts to set, things change back to snow, and we see a pretty good burst of snow as the low cranks up on the coast. So still looking very wintry. What about those Schreff plumes I like to show? They have increased in the Charlotte area. The mean, which is taking the average of all the runs, is now about 3.5, 4 inches. The extreme outliers are up there around 9 or 10, but those have actually come down, which is good. You want to see more consistency. The low end, you're still in the 1 to 2 range. Probabilistic, this is one product we look at. I want to show you on our Weather Bell site the chances of 1 inch of snow. And you can see as we go into Sunday night and Monday, those chances start to increase to around 0 to 10% early on Monday, but they really crank up Monday night into Tuesday morning, so that by Tuesday morning into the afternoon, the chances of 1 inch of snow are up there between, depending where you are, between 70, 80, and even 90% across parts of the Piedmont. One last thing, I'm going to look at what we call the soundings. We'll look at this real quick. This is actually the NAM, I believe. Yeah, this is the NAM model from last night. So I wanted to look at the sounding really quick to see it showing that warm nose. And let me scoot this over so you can see it better. What you're looking at is a temperature profile of the atmosphere. So we'll go through Sunday night into Monday. And you can see it starts it all as snow. This is the 0 line right there. And the thing we're looking for, you heard me talk about warm nose briefly, is where does this warm air come in? It's all snow. And you can see that how the temperature briefly gets above freezing. So this would be sleet possibly before freezing rain. So the sounding actually is a little bit more optimistic that it's probably, with the NAM model, going to be mainly sleet or snow. It's still pretty far out there, and honestly, the track is going to be key to what happens. But if anything changed overnight, it was to just have growing confidence that we're going to see a winter storm. So please be safe out there. I'll be updating throughout the weekend if anything changes dramatically. Right now, the snow meter is at a solid 3, possibly 4. The chances of snow, about 50% right now in the Charlotte area. The amounts still yet to be determined. I'm pretty much leaning on the 2-inch range right now, possibly more. My big concern is how much mix do we get in that will reduce the number of inches, but it also could raise the threat of ice as well. So that's the latest. I hope you have a great Valentine's Day. Again, I'll update throughout the afternoon, possibly even into tomorrow if things are changed and if my wife will let me. Otherwise, I hope to have an update probably late tonight or early tomorrow morning. Have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you later.